It's a place where I love to be. Look in a book, here's a story for you. Who makes stories when the day is through? Who makes stories when the day is through? Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun.
Shelley Wordsworth.
Shelley and Jackson.
Working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Come and be a story maker.
Right, come on everyone, it's time to go home. Here you go, Judy. That's it. Sean, okay, there we go. That's good. Right. Okay.
Story makers. Story makers. Story makers.
It's midnight in the library. Hello.
Time for all story makers to come out. Are you ready?
The sun is down, the stars are bright. Story makers come out at night. Hello, I'm Shelley Wordsworth. Come on, let's have some fun and make some stories.
Jackson! Have you found the sweeping brush yet?
I'm still looking, Shelley.
Oh, hello. There's a bit of a mess on the library floor, and we don't know where it's come from. It's a bit funny, really.
Here we are, Jelly. This should do the trick.
Jackson, that's not a sweeping brush. It's just a lot of twigs.
But it's a broomstick, Jelly. I couldn't find a proper sweeping brush.
Oh, is it a flying broomstick? You know, witches ride on them.
No, I don't think it's a flying broomstick, no.
But you haven't even tried it yet.
Okay, I'll give it a go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hello, Shelley.
Hello, Jaxie. What are you doing with a broomstick?
We're tidying up, aren't we, Jelly? I knew it wouldn't fly.
Tidying up?
Yes, it's because there's a mess on the floor, Shelley. Look.
Oh, yes. I wonder what it could be. Yeah. It's all glitteriferous and spangly. I think this calls for a magnifying glass.
A magic flying glass?
Yes, it's a little glass window that makes things look bigger when you look through it.
Oh, yes. Milton's got one of those, Jelly.
All right. I spy, magnify. Aha. Now, sprinkly, sparkly spangles. Well, if I'm not mistaken, it's fairy dust.
Fairy dust?
Oh, look at your tail, Jackson. You've walked through the fairy dust.
Oh, yes, it's got silver balls in the end.
Yeah. Oh, and look at my trainer.
Oh, yes, Jelly, you must have walked through the dust as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but Shelley,
Yes?
I can't believe it.
What?
Fairies in the library.
Yes.
I can't see them anywhere.
Well, they're probably hiding. I mean, they're ever so shy.
Oh, Shelley, do you think the fairies would mind if we put some of their dust in the story machine?
Oh, no, I think they'd be pleased. Fairies love stories. Let me see. Let's go. Shimmer, glimmer, glitter, glow. Into the story machine you go.
Now we need some magic. Come on.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story.
Oh, it's a playbook.
Yes. And it's called Fairies.
Oh, we made a story about fairies.
We've a secret in our garden that only we can see, where the fairies come and play with us underneath our tree. We wear our special outfits, our skirts and delicate wings. And on our magic fingers, we wear our fairy rings. And underneath the branches of our fairy tree, we have a little party and make their favourite tea. We drink from little cups with invisible straws. And Mummy makes us cakes, which we eat outdoors. We lie down in the grass, looking at the sky, and the fairies tell us stories of the world in which they fly. Then we all laugh a fairy laugh, and we dance around the lawn, imagining it's nighttime, and we're dancing until dawn. We wave our fairy wands and we sprinkle silver showers, spreading lots of sleepy dust over all the flowers. Then the fairy queen calls us and it's time to fly away. We wish our fairy friends good night and we'll play another day.
Oh, I loved that story. They had tea with the fairies. I've got out the teeny tiny library tea set and I sprinkled fairy dust on the table. Yeah, there's still some on the floor. It's kind of everywhere, really. Fairies! 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 Shelley says that fairies are a bit shy. So, maybe I should hide. Bye-bye.
Oh, I'm sweeping the fairy dust into a big pile. Oh, some of the dust is stuck to the end of my broom.
Shush, Jackson! I'm waiting for the fairies to come.
Ooh.
And Shelley says they're very shy.
Okay.
And so I'm hiding. Do you want to come and hide too?
Oh, yes, please. Can I bring my broom?
Oh, yes, okay. Come on.
My broomstick.
Yes. Now, shh, we have to hide.
Okay.
Oh, look, Jackson. They're coming.
Wow, fairies. I don't believe it. Shelley, something funny's happening to my broomstick.
Shush, Jackson. You'll scare them away.
Help, Shelley, help, help.
Now look, they've gone. Jackson! 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 Are you hurted?
Well, no, Shelley, but I fell off the broomstick. I think it got some fairy dust on it and it wanted to fly.
Well, I know. Let's use it to make a story.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Shelley.
Come on.
Okay. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Magic broomstick that floats in the air. You're hard to ride, so go down in there.
And now all we need is some imagination. Ready? Imagine. Imagine. Imagine a story. It's a Sniff and Word story.
And it's called The Frisky Witch.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. It's Halloween tonight, and they've been invited to a party. Good evening, chappies. I'm the host, says a very jolly ghost. The singing and the dancing have just begun. Feel free to join in the fun. A cat and a bat sway to a tune that sounds like a wail. Come on, you dogs, says the friendly ghoul. Aren't you going to bark and howl? So Sniff and Wag join in the fun. They bark and howl as loud as they can. Time for snacks, says a horse. Wag yaps. Jelly, bones and cheesy flavoured stars. Now it's time for my special guest, the Frisky Witch, to perform some stunts on her magic broomstick, says the ghostly host. The creatures watch as the Frisky Witch flies off through the air. Queue for your broomstick rides over here, says the Frisky Witch. As Sniff and Wag are our special guests, I think they deserve the very first turn. The Frisky Witch tells everyone, broomstick with your body of oak, broomstick with your tail of thorn, fly, Sniff and Wag home before the dawn, chants the Frisky Witch, and the broomstick is transformed. I'm so happy I could howl, says a giggly Sniff. Sniff and Wag sweep home across the glittery sky. All the stars gasp as the broom flies past, for it's such an amazing sight. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Oh, Sniff said that he was so happy that he could howl. And I feel very happy too. I can feel a howl coming out. I can't keep it in. It's going to escape.
Jackson, the fairies are never going to come if you make that loud howling noise.
Okay, I'll make quiet howling noises.
Well, I know something that fairies like very much.
What?
Fairy cakes.
Fairy cakes? I like fairy cakes.
Right then, let's have some sweetie treaty fairy cakes, shall we? Make a cake, bake a cake.
It's got wheels.
Of course they have jelly.
Oh, let's gobble them up.
No.
Jackson, they're for the fairies.
Well, let's see if the fairies like them, yes? Let's be quiet behind the bookshelf.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, here
Come
comes
on,
Shelley.
Shelley.
Okay.
Squidgy. Shh.
Oh, look, it brings it back.
Oh, it looks like they're taking it to the story machine.
Yes, I think they're trying to make a story with it. We might need some help with the magic ingredient. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Imagine a story. Oh, it's a blue cow story. And it's called Blue Cow and the Fairies.
In a field not far away is a herd of cows grazing quietly. One of the cows is most unusual. Blue Cow wonders about the big world beyond her field. One day, Blue Cow was chewing the same old green grass as usual. I wonder what it would be like to eat something unusual. She's off again, said the other cows. So Blue Cow caught the bus that stops beside her field. I'd like a ticket to a place where there's unusual food, please. There you go, madam. Hold very tight. And they set off for an enchanted wood. And then they arrived. Blue Cow gazed around in delight. Every tree was a different colour. She wandered along a shimmering path and found herself in a large clearing. And there she saw a long table with a huge feast laid out. It was the strangest and most magical food Blue Cow had ever laid eyes on. "Moo, that looks tasty," she said, looking for a place to sit. But there weren't any seats at this table. Suddenly, a beautiful fairy appeared and hovered over the table.
Hello, I'm the Queen of the Fairies.
"Oh, hello, Your Majesty. I'm Blue Cow," said Blue Cow, curtsying. "This is amazing food. Are you having a party?"
It's fairy food, and this is a special feast for all the fairies in my kingdom.
Smiled the Fairy Queen as suddenly lots of other fairies appeared.
Would you like to join us?
"Moo, I'd love to," said Blue Cow. "But where should I sit?"
No need to worry about that.
said the Fairy Queen, waving her magic wand. In a shower of stars, Blue Cow was wearing a beautiful pair of wings and had started to hover around the table. She ate peach puffballs, which bounced into her mouth, and slurped strawberry juice as she flew past the fountain. She even managed to grab a fairy cake as it fluttered past her. "Moo, this really is the most unusual food I've ever tasted. Thank you for inviting me,"
It's been our pleasure.
smiled the Fairy Queen. "You'll never guess where I've been." "Where have you been?" "I've been feasting with the fairies." Everyone knows that cows can't visit fairies. But we know they can, don't we?
I like that story. Blue Cow had peach puffballs.
Thank you, the fairies. For helping us make this story.
Yes, thank you, fairies. Yes, thank
Shelley, I like the silver balls on the end of my tail.
Yes.
Will they stay forever?
Oh, I'm afraid not. They'll probably disappear. And so will your spangly trainers, Giles. Oh, wow. It has been wonderful having the fairies in the library tonight. Oh, but look, it's getting light. It's time for us to disappear. Goodbye, fairies.
Goodbye,
Come back and visit
fairies.
us soon.
The children will be here soon.
That's right. Dawn is upon us. The morning is nigh. We've made our stories and we bid you goodbye.
Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers,
See you soon. Bye.
stories are fun.
Thanks for helping us. Bye.
Bye-bye, story makers. Come back soon.